Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Hudson On Bass with Chess Homes Unlimited. Here to talk to you this morning. I'm taking a walk over here in my favorite neighborhood. This is a multi-million-dollar neighborhood that I come over to sometimes. I drive over here for positive motivation and inspiration. I don't own a house over here, not yet, but I said a few years ago that my next house is going to be purchased in this neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that houses probably, million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar homes. So I just come over here for inspiration, but I wanted to talk to you guys this morning about changing your mind for more money. Changing your mind for more money. A lot of times us as people, we block ourselves. It's us that keeps us away from some of the things that we want in life. We feel like we're trapped. We feel like we're stuck sometimes. We feel like we can't change. We can't change. And one of the things that you have to know is the only thing that's consistent with life is change. The only thing that's going to be consistent in your life, that's going to always happen no matter what, is going to be change. Things are going to change. Your circumstances are going to change. Your relationships are going to change. The things around you will change. I have a saying that I like. I think it was by Zig Ziglar that said, when you change the things that you look at around you, the things around you that you look at will change. Okay? And so you have to change the way that you look at life. You have to change to be positive, motivational. One of the things I do a lot is I spend a lot of time on YouTube looking at motivational and inspirational speakers. Okay, I've got one of my favorites is Les Brown. Of course, a lot of people are probably familiar with Les Brown, but Les Brown, I listen to him religiously, like every single day. I'm listening to Les Brown or Zig Ziglar or, some of these guys that just have a positive outlook on life, no matter what the story is, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what the problems that they have in their life are. These people, they look at life positively, and they understand the impact and change and what things are going to happen, what things are going to be changed in their lives. So we as people, we have to do that, guys. We have to be motivational. We have to be inspirational to each other, okay? We have to be in a position where we know that at some point, this dead-end job that I'm in is going to change, okay? And what's doing that for me is real estate. Flipping houses is doing that for me. It's literally like just being in the market every single day, every single chance, every opportunity that I get to talk to someone about real estate, to flip a house, to, wholesale houses, things like that. It's a positive and motivational, inspirational time for me. So getting to the point of understanding, keeping positive influences around you is huge. It's detrimental to your life. I come over here, and don't excuse me if I'm sort of out of breath because I'm walking. Once I started doing these YouTube videos, is I noticed that I was out of breath. I was tired all the time. I was like out of shape. Okay, so I have to change that. I have to be motivated to change that. So I'm over here in one of these million-dollar neighborhoods, ungated, so that I can come over here, walk, be inspired by some of the houses that I look at, some of the way that some of these people are living. And I have to say to myself, yeah, they might have problems too. They might have things that they go through as well. But at the end of the day, they got into a better position. They got into a position of living in the house, at least of their dreams, the house that they want to live in. Because I'm going to show you this house over here too. I actually had an opportunity to buy this house about 4 or 5 years ago. It came available on the market. It was the lowest one in this particular neighborhood, but ended up not getting it simply because I was not in position. You got to position yourself to take advantage of certain opportunities sometimes. And I was not in position to take advantage of this opportunity. And so it got away, and I told myself, starting that day, starting then, I wasn't going to be in any more positions where I could not take advantage of opportunity, okay? And not that I can afford every single opportunity that comes my way, but I want to be in position so that I can start to do some of the things in life that I want to do, some of the things that are inspiring to me, that are motivational for me. And one of the things that I do with that is I look at YouTube. I watch YouTube quite a bit. I look at YouTube and I get motivation from that. I get inspiration from that. I look at positive channels. I look at, the Grant Cardones, Will Motivation. I look at these people who are doing some of the things that I want to do. And good morning. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to my YouTube followers here. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber, so I create these videos and then I upload them and my followers kind of watch me. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, well, no, they're about real estate. So I'll give you my card if you don't mind. My name is Hudson. I'm with Chess Homes Realty. I'm a real estate investor. I do not, but I want to, and that's why I'm here. So I'm just walking to kind of motivate myself. My brother used to actually own a house further down, Lonzell. You familiar with Lonzell?
Yeah, I remember Lonzell.
You remember Lonzell? Yeah, Lonzell's my brother.
I used to go to this club.
Right, yeah. I was part owner of that club.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Lonzell now?
He's doing some different things.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing some different things.
That was a nice spot he had.
Yeah, right up the street here. Yep. So, yeah, he used to live in the corner, the in-house.
I know. He was down there for years.
So you knew him well? Yeah.
Give my regard.
What's the name? Mr. Hollis. It's an absolute pleasure meeting you, Mr. Hollis. But this is my dream neighborhood, so I kind of come to walk and just inspire myself and motivate myself here.
I feel you. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Hollis. Again, I'm a real estate investor, so if you're into that, then please feel free to give me a call.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I flip houses and rehab houses.
I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mind when I have some people I know might want to flip their homes and stuff like that.
Absolutely, Mr. Hollis. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So once again, it's situations like that. It's things like that. This gentleman, black gentleman, very nice guy, walking his dogs outside. He's over in one of these awesome houses here, and he's in that position I want to be in. I kind of wanted to ask him, well, what do you do, Mr. Hollis, and start the conversation, but definitely not trying to intrude or impose, but it's those type of relationships. I gave him my business card, and maybe one day he'll call me and say, Hudson, listen, you were walking over in my neighborhood. I saw you walking in my neighborhood. I have something for you. I want to invest with you. Anything. It could be, these houses are so beautiful. I wish I could turn the camera around and let you see some of these houses. I think I might do that, actually. All right, so I decided to flip the camera around just so I could show some of these beautiful houses here, and so that you guys could take a look at kind of like what I'm looking at. Some of the houses that I'm looking at, they are absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, the point is to be motivated, be inspired, be encouraged by something. Get up. One of the things I do, I'll tell you, one of my motivational experiences is on my cell phone, and I want you guys to do this too. I want you to do this as well. On my cell phone, my lock screen, this very screen that's on the front of your cell phone, is the screen that you see the most when you pick up your phone, okay? On that screen for me, I have, and I'll see if I can actually show it to you. Well, no, I left my other phone in the car. But on that lock screen, I have a picture of the Lamborghini logo, okay? That's one of the things I aspire to purchase soon, to get very, very soon. So I keep that picture of that Lamborghini logo right on my phone, okay? And every single time I get up and I unlock that phone, I'm looking right at that Lamborghini logo. And now it's so embedded in my head, it's so ingrained in my brain that it's second nature to just think of it and tell myself, listen, this is something that I aspire to do one day. This is somewhere I aspire to be. So I know for a fact, and I'm telling you live on YouTube, that I'm going to get a Lambo, okay? Granted, a Lambo is not everything. No, it's not everything, and it's material, and it's this and that and the other, but it's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment for me. And for those of you guys that are saying, oh, well, it's just a Lambo and he shouldn't be, let's be positive. And I know life is about, you know, experiences, traveling, if that's your thing, whatever it may be, it's got to be something that motivates you and inspires you, okay? Something tangible that you can get that'll allow you to get to, quote unquote, that next level in life, okay? And so for me, that's what it is. It's the Lamborghini, okay? That's one of them back there. Very, very nice house. Very beautiful house. So again, you get something that inspires you, that motivates you, something that will, you know, sort of create that urgency. That's another thing you have to have, is a system of urgency. It's got to be something that you just absolutely have to have, and you have to have it now. Have you ever focused on something or gotten so focused and so driven on something that, there's another beautiful right there, I don't know if you can see it, but have you ever had something that you wanted in your life that was so urgent that you absolutely had to have it, like immediately? Well, guess what? You need to operate at that level at all times, okay? Try to operate in that zone at all times in your life with every single thing you do. And I guarantee you, if it's change you want, if it's a career change you want, it'll happen. I'm going to give you a story about my life and how I was able to change from what I was doing and change careers. I, by trade, my name is, you notice by now, is Hudson On Bass, okay? Hudson On Bass means that I am a professional bass player. I was a professional bassist. I traveled all around the world. I toured with a lot of different artists. I was able to meet a lot of different people. But at some point during that career, I got tired of it. I got sick of touring. I got sick of playing for artists. I got sick of the industry. The industry itself really just started to sicken me, you know? Anytime someone would call me for a gig, to call me to come out and play, and I was one of the best, and I probably still am one of the best. I mean, you got a lot of new guys out here, but I was one of the best. I would get calls from all over the world for people that wanted me to come and perform at their events. And I was, never forget, I was at a concert one day at a club or restaurant here in Atlanta, Georgia. And a good friend of mine came to see me, and she said to me, she said, "Hudson, you look like you're not happy while you're up there." And I said to them, I said, "I'm not." I said, "I totally am not happy. I am totally not wanting to be in this position right now. I want to do something different." And so that next Sunday, I was playing in church, and I said to a good friend of mine, I said, "Listen, I'm going to start a new company." And again, I don't want to name what that company is because of the privacy. I'm walking up a hill now, so if you can hear me winded, it's because I'm out of shape, but that's why I'm here. I started a company, or I told him, I said, "Listen, I'm going to start a company, and it's going to get really big. It's going to get really huge." And he said, "Yeah, Hudson, I believe in you." And he was a good mentor for me, like a big brother. He said, "Hudson, I know you can pull it off. I know you can do it. Go ahead and go for it." 4 years later, that company made $500,000 in a year, okay? So, and that was just last year. And it's gonna do even better this year. And that was before starting this particular company, Chess Homes Realty, okay? Whew, that hill was no joke. But, and I'm just walking, I'm not even running. But again, the whole thing about being inspired and motivated is for change, to change your circumstances, to change your understanding, to change your knowledge base, to change what it is that you want in your life. And that change can happen if you just focus and get inspired and be inspired to do that, okay? If you take the time, take the dedication, okay? The same dedication that you put into your kids and their schooling and their education. Take that time for yourself to get out of that negative situation that you may be in, okay? Into a much more enlightened, much more positive situation. And, you know, I'll guarantee you within 2 years, once you start to focus on something and you start to be obsessed about it, within 2 years, I guarantee you those things will start to change. My phone used to ring all the time. Good morning. My phone used to ring all the time for musicians calling me to play gigs and to do shows and things like that, for artists to call me and do shows. Well, guess what? My phone hasn't rung in about 5 years to do a show. And it's so funny now because my phone rings for real estate now more than, not more than it rang back then, but now the calls that I'm getting in are all real estate calls. These are all calls with people who are bringing me deals and bringing me real estate. Oh, these hills are just no joke, but the houses are beautiful. I don't know, again, if you can see that. I'm kind of angling this thing wrong, but some of these houses are amazing. Oh, there's another one. That one's beautiful. So again, the phone calls that I get now are strictly about, you know, Hudson, I've got this property for sale. Are you interested in buying it? What are you know, here's another one of my favorite houses. I kind of want to show it to you. I wish I could. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna walk this way and go about this circle right here, because this was another house that I really liked. I mean, I like all of them, and I would buy either one of them. The problem is they don't have yards, but that's what you'll find with most, you know, a lot of $1 million houses. Sometimes they don't have big backyards. It's just a big house, which is okay, because a lot of times guys don't want to do that. You know, they don't want to take care of backyards and things like that. And shoot, some houses on the inside is big enough to be a backyard or fully entertaining. So again, I walked this way so I could, number one, get a breath on some flat land, and number two, try to show you this house that I really looked at. I had an opportunity to look at it some years ago. It was up for sale for $750,000. I think the market value on it right now is about 1.2, which is great, you know, which is great. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see that. Trying to angle this camera. There it is right there. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at me in front of it. Don't I look like I belong in that house right there? Maybe one day. It's coming. It's coming. I know it's coming. It's coming after my Lambo, though. My Lambo's coming first. You know, I'm in a good position in the house that I'm in now, so I'm okay to buy a Lambo and feel comfortable about parking it there and things like that. I just don't have the Lambo yet. But again, I go back to positive motivation, you know, positive reinforcements in your life. Also, I want to talk to you about people. Keeping positive people around you is huge. It is key. Don't keep people around you who are gossipers, who are naysayers, who tell you that you can't obtain your dream, you can't obtain your goals. You cannot have people around you in your life. If you're going to be motivated and aspire to get to the next level, you can't have naysayers and backstabbers around you. You just cannot motivate like that. You can't operate like that. You should be at a point, I'm walking up another hill now. You should be at a point in your life where anybody who's around you that's negative, anybody around you that's not in line with your vision and your goal, they shouldn't be there. They should not be in a situation where you can, and you should not be in a situation where someone near you or someone around you has a negative impact on your life, okay? You should not be in a position where, unless you're at work, that you have to talk to someone who's negative. You just cannot be around negative people, because negative people will bring your energy down. Whew, that here was no joke. They'll bring your confidence level down. They'll bring everything around you down. It's like that crab in a bucket mentality, that crab in the bucket effect, where they're just crabs in a bucket and they want to keep you on the same level as them. So you can't stay around people like that. You cannot continue to hang with people who don't have your best interests at hand, okay? And your best interest should always be moving up, moving forward. Your best interest should always be something that's going to take you, quote unquote, to that next level, okay? And again, I mentioned it's got to be something tangible. It's got to be something that you can hold on to, you can grab. It's not going to be your kids, okay? I did a conference once and I had a young lady, I asked everybody, I said, pull out your cell phones, grab a picture of something that you like, that you aspire to obtain, and find out, download that picture onto your phone. And so I said, what motivates you? And the young lady said, well, my kids. And I said, well, that's great. And I definitely didn't want to be discouraging to the young lady, but kids is not a motivator per se to obtain something else tangible. I mean, well, let me take that back. Kids can be a motivator, but it's not something that you can put your hands on and say, listen, when I touch this, I need to feel like I've moved to the next level. I've gotten to the next level. A lot of us do things for our kids. My mom, did everything that she could as a single mom, a single mother, to get me out of bad positions. As I look back on my life and I look back at some of the things that she did, some of the moves that we made, sometimes when we moved, those moves were to get me out of trouble. I'll never forget, I used to have three guys I used to hang with who were bad influences. And I'll be honest, I was not a bad influence when I was young. I was kind of a crowd follower. So I would do things because the crowd was doing them, or my friends were doing them, but not necessarily making the best decisions, okay? So I go back to, find something that motivates you, whether it's a house, moving up to the next house, if it's real estate, if it's getting a degree, if it's that next job, no matter what it is. So funny, I'm riding around, all I see is Escalades and Jaguars riding around. But that's the area we're in. I think I drove my little beat up car today. I didn't drive my Hummer and things like that, or ride my motorcycles on purpose, because again, I want that motivation. Oh, there's a house for sale right there. I want that motivation and that inspiration of, getting to the next level. I wish I had my phone on me. I would call and find out the asking price on this house right here. I want to show it to you, but it says it's for sale, and you never get too many houses for sale in this particular neighborhood. That's just the way it is. It's beautiful too. Let me at least turn the camera around, see if I can show it to you. All right. So here's the house that's for sale. It's a for sale sign right here. But the house is absolutely gorgeous. Oh gosh, look at that. It is beautiful. Not sure if anyone is currently staying in the house or not, but it is an absolute beautiful house. Sits up on a hill. If I had to guess, let me get past this tree. If I had to guess, I'd say 1.2, maybe 1.3 million. Okay. Absolutely gorgeous house. Absolutely wonderful, beautiful. So I'm definitely gonna call on that to at least find out what they're asking for it. Again, people, I talked about in another one of my videos that it costs you absolutely nothing to make a phone call. It costs nothing to make a phone. This is that house that I thought Shaq lived in one time. I could have sworn Shaq owned this house. I don't know why. I thought I saw basketball cars or something. I don't know what I thought I saw, but I hadn't seen this house in long time, and that's the house that I could have sworn when I drove through this neighborhood one time that I was like, I think Shaq lives there. Maybe he doesn't, but you know, here's some other houses in the neighborhood. I'm turning the camera around so you can actually see some of these houses now because they are amazing. Must be trash day. All right, so remember that Wednesdays is trash day for this neighborhood. I got to keep that in mind because I will be moving here one day. All right, so you know, again, you know, I'm just showing you, I'm walking downhill now, so this feels kind of good. In a second, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing because I got to go back up this hill that I'm walking down. But, you know, just showing you again. Oh, look at that one. That's beautiful. I wish I could stay on it longer, but there might be somebody watching me, and I'm not trying to invade people's privacy. That's not why I'm here. But I am going to walk back past Shaq's house again. All right, so once again, staying positive, being motivated to achieve a new level of success is going to sometimes mean changing your surroundings. It's going to mean changing your environment. It's going to mean changing your friends. You know, I'll tell you, one of the things that I had to get used to was my friends being changed. That was a hard pill to swallow because for the last 20 to 25 years, I've only known certain individuals who were in the music scene. And now that I'm not in that scene anymore, guess what? I only talk to one of those guys who's my best friend, and he and I don't even talk that much anymore. But I do know that I can call on him if I need to for anything, any reason. I can just call on him and he'll be there for me. But we don't talk as much as we used to when we performed together, when we toured together, when we played together. We just simply don't, you know, because I've got a change in environment now. And that change, honestly, right now, is me. You know, I spend a lot of time to myself now. I spend a lot of time by myself. Let's go over here and take a look at this for sale house again. Again, that's for sale sign right there. And I'm going to try to zoom in on it if I can. There it is, kind of from the front side. No, I might not be buying it, maybe not. But one day, you know, one day I'll definitely be there and I'll be in this neighborhood. I'm going to predict that that's going to be sometime within the next 2 to 3 years that I'll be in this particular neighborhood. Again, just showing you some of the houses in this neighborhood. Let's go back to changing your surroundings, changing your environment, getting yourself locked into people who are doing what it is that you inspire to do. People who are in the field that you want to be in. Listen, one of the things I hear a lot of these guys that I listen to talk about in terms of changing their situation is getting a mentor. It is super important that we find a mentor. We find someone that motivates us, that inspires us, that's maybe doing the things. That hill was no joke. There's some serious hills around here, but you know, again, I'm getting myself together. But again, I think there's another for sale sign down there. Are you serious? Oh, now the dream gets a little bit more real because there's 2 properties for sale over here, okay? Again, not that I'll get one of them, but they're not both going to sell at the same time. Some of these properties could be sitting because of the cost, could be sitting on the market for a year, okay? So that brings it in for me. That brings it to a little bit more realism for me. But let me show you the particular property. Let me show it to you. So this property has a for sale sign on it right now. It's beautiful. I don't really like the driveway too much. I kind of like more room to turn around. I got a big Hummer, and sometimes it's hard to kind of maneuver that thing around. But the house is for sale. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a for sale sign in the yard. There's a lockbox on the door. Don't know if anyone's living there or not, but you know, again, that brings it in for me. That brings it in. So that's a beautiful house. So I'm definitely going to be making some phone calls. We got Lassie over here. He's barking. Hopefully he doesn't come up here and get me. But that's another beautiful house, okay? So once again, I'm getting attacked by Lassie now. He's like, bro, but it's not a vicious dog. He's a pretty dog. I wish I could show him to you. But very pretty dog. If it was a pit bull, I'd probably be standing on one of these mailbox towers by now. But anyway, finding a mentor, finding someone that is in the field that you're in, that can motivate you and inspire you to get to the next level. And that could be anybody. Like, my mentors right now are all YouTubers, okay? All people who are doing YouTube, who are getting paid to do YouTube, who are giving positive motivational speeches and speaking on YouTube. Those are my motivators right now. That's who I listen to. Those are my go-to people. Now, I do have one person who's going to be my mentor, and he doesn't know he's going to be my mentor yet because he doesn't even know me yet. But he's a basketball player, and I don't like basketball. I have nothing to do with sports whatsoever. I don't know anything about sports, but this guy's a basketball player. And, you know, I just so happen to know that he does some investing and things like that. So he's going to be a mentor for me, you know. Again, he doesn't know it. Look at that house behind me. Look at that house. Beautiful. All right, so these people love their dogs. Oh, there it is. There's a better shot. That is a beautiful house. Oh, that is so nice. So, you know, I'm going to try my best to see if I can seek him out as a mentor, not just someone to bug, not someone to call every single day and, you know, just get on their nerves. That's not what a mentor does. A mentor is there to say, look, this is what I did, and this is how you can do it too. There's another beautiful house. This is what I did, and this is how you can do it too. All right? That's what a mentor does. That's what a mentor is all about. Dry cleaner valet service. So this guy's dropping off somebody's dry cleaning to them. This is what you get when you're in this type of neighborhood. I don't have a valet service to drop off my dry cleaning. But good morning. How you doing? Good, buddy. So, dry cleaning valet. That's what I'm talking about. Bring my clothes to me. But have you a mentor. Have you somebody that can say to you, look, this is the steps you need to take. Now, I'll tell you, don't expect handouts. Do not expect handouts. That's not what a mentor is for. A mentor is not there to give you a handout or give you a fish. You know, if you give someone a fish, yes, they'll eat for a day. But if you teach someone how to fish, they'll eat for a lifetime, okay? So I want to be taught how to fish. I want to be taught, you know, what to say. What are the right words to say when I meet people? How do I get houses under contract? You know, so I like to talk to real estate agents to find out what are these realtors like, you know, in these markets. What do they look for? What are they looking for from me? And I know it's not just money. It's a long ways past money. And speaking of a long ways past, I should be probably getting back to my car because I don't know where it is right now. Now I'm lost, but it's okay. I'll come back across it again one day soon. Well, today, hopefully. You know, speaking to people who are in the real estate environment that I want to be in, that's what's huge for me. Now I'm going down another hill, but guess what? I'm going to have to walk back up this hill. So you're going to hear me get winded again. But again, I'm not only getting my mind in shape, I'm not only getting this in shape right here, I'm also getting myself, my body, my physical in shape. And that's what's important. Okay. So again, just, you know, start to get with people who are doing what it is you want to do. I had my hair done by a young lady the other day. Young lady said, you know, I've always wanted to start a company. I've always wanted to start a business, but I don't know how to get into that, you know, I don't know what to do. I don't know the steps to take. She said, I know, everybody tells me to just get started, right? But it's not about just getting started. It's about studying. It's about educating yourself on the market that you're trying to get into, educating yourself in the field that you're trying to get into, or whatever it is you're trying to do. You've got to educate yourself about it. It took me 2 years to get my first flip house. 2 years of educating myself, looking at so many videos, up every single night. It took me probably another 2 years, maybe a year. I think it was a year, sitting in my basement every single night, starting my first real company that made some real money. Every single night, I'm sitting down there, I'm creating documents, I'm creating videos, I'm creating content for people, I'm creating registration forms. I'm doing all of this stuff to get myself into position to start this company. And I studied the market. I studied, how do I go about doing this and how do I go about doing that? And that venture cost me about, I think it was about $361 to start that company. I used to tell people $261, but now I'm remembering I had to pay $100 to register the company here in Georgia. And so I started that company with $361, and now that company has amassed $500,000 last year. Okay. So, and it's going to grow and get even bigger and bigger. Like, it's going to be nonstop. And that's just my first conglomerate of companies that I've started. I'm going to turn around here. I am not going all the way down that hill. That hill right there is no joke. I could end up going all the way down that hill and then have to walk all the way back up. Not doing it. All right. So turning around right here. But again, I started that company. Company made 500 and I think my goal was 500,000 last year, and we did somewhere around 550 or something like that. I can't remember. But again, that was from studying. That was from being diligent in my basement for a whole year, not going out to parties, not well, I've never been a party person anyway, but not just denying myself of some basic things that I may have wanted to do that I just did not do. I knew I wanted to get myself in a better financial position to have all of my income pretty much from my efforts. And that's been my goal for the last 20 years. And that's pretty much what I've been doing for the last 20 to 25 years. Like, I haven't had a job, a conventional job. God, I can't even remember the last time I had a real 9-to-5 where I had to go punch a clock. It's just not something I wanted to do. So I trained myself as a musician because that's an independent contractor kind of job where you can go and do shows and things like that. You get paid and then you're out and you're on to the next one. Okay, so that's what I did. I knew this hill was going to be a beast. I knew this hill was going to be a beast. That's why I turned around. So I started doing that. But again, I had mentors with that. I had people who showed me the ropes. I'll never forget, 3 of my mentors who I just had a little spat with, by the way. But I had guys who I looked towards and I looked forward to getting in the position that they were in. Good gracious, this hill is no joke. I don't know if I can show it to you. Whew. That's all uphill. And I'm out of shape. If you've seen some of my other videos, you already know I'm out of shape. But I'm getting there. I'm going to get in shape. Everything I'm telling you guys that I'm going to do, I'm out here doing it. I'm not just saying, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I want to be there. I'm in it. I'm flipping a house. I'm exercising. I've started a new company. I just am starting to see proceeds from that company. I don't know if I'm supposed to make a left or right. I have no idea. I'm lost. But all of the stuff that I'm telling you guys, you can do it too. I want you to know, I want you to be encouraged to know, God, the hill, it's no joke. I want you to be encouraged to know that you can change it. You can do it. All you have to do is first, number one, make up your mind that that's what you want to do. Make up your mind that you don't want to be in that dead-end job anymore. Make up your mind that you don't want to be around negative people anymore. You don't want to be around people who don't influence you, okay? And I get if you're in a 9-to-5, you might have some people that you work around that don't motivate you, but here's what you can do. Get some earphones, man. Woman, get some earphones. Put some earphones on while you're working and listen to Les Brown. Listen to Zig Ziglar. Listen to Tony Robbins. Listen to some of these motivational and inspirational speakers and instructors who will start to change your mindset. I wish I could give you the routine that I do when I get in my car. I don't listen to music, okay? Although I have a Sunday job that I'm responsible as a bass player for learning the music, I don't get in my car and listen to any music. It's a waste of time. It's a distraction, a deterrent to keep you away from your goals. The people who are making that music, granted, I support them. I'm a musician. Of course I support them, right? But what is listening to, XYZ artists gonna do to get me in a position that I want to be in? Unless I want to be a singer, unless I want to be, some great musician or something like that, I don't listen to music anymore. My thing is motivation through real estate now. So I'm always listening to someone who does something in real estate. That's just what I do. That's my thing. So, whatever that is that motivates you, get in your car, turn on YouTube. Most cars nowadays have a Bluetooth system. Get in your car, turn on YouTube, flip that phone around to the side, pull up an inspirational, good morning. I'm a YouTuber. I promise I'm not talking to myself. So get in your car, pull up something motivational on YouTube, flip that phone around to the landscape part, and look at that as you drive, or not encouraging you to watch it while you drive, but listen to it as you drive. That's what I do. That's all I do is I get on YouTube. As soon as I get in my car, I have this little portal thing. Put my phone up there. It looks like a little navigation system in this portal. And I pull up YouTube, put on the Bluetooth, and I don't take phone calls. I don't call people while I'm in my car. I just don't do it. I don't like talking to people while I'm in my car. Although sometimes the only time I get to talk to people is when I'm in the car. But I try my best not to talk to people while I'm in my car. I try my best again to listen to motivational and inspirational things, and you'll be surprised at how fast your mind will change, and not only how fast your mind will change, how fast your money will grow. Okay? Your money will grow. Don't be scared to earn more money. A lot of people are just scared to earn more money because they feel like I'm going to miss a mortgage payment, I'm going to miss a rent payment, I'm going to miss something, I'm going to fall behind on a bill. Well, guess what? If you're in that position where you're scared of that constantly, then you've probably already fell behind on something, right? So why not just make it a mission, a goal to change that situation, to change that mindset so that you can start to earn more and get in a more comfortable position? Why not make the change? All right, I got some landscapers here, so it might get kind of noisy. Plus, I got to figure out where I am. I have no clue where I am right now. I don't know if I came up this hill or down that hill. I have no clue. But anyway, they got a shutter falling off their house right there. I'll try to get you to see it. I don't know if you can see it, that house. All right. There's a shutter falling off of it right there. Probably can't see it, but because that shutter falling off, I wonder if that's a potential flip house for me. I might be able to flip that house right there. Not hardly. All right, but get in position again to change your outcome, to change your circumstance, to change your environment, and to absolutely, ultimately change your life. That's what you're trying to do. This video is all about getting in positive mindset to change the things around you. Again, I go back to when you change the things that you look at around you, the things around you that you look at will start to change. And that's why I'm here this morning. I hope my car is over here. Oh, there's a herd of deer right there. Let me see if I can turn this around. Look at that. There's a herd of deer walking across the street right there. Where'd they go? There they go. Can I get in? Can I get in? I think I missed them. Okay. Well, again, there was a herd of deer walking across the street right there. And there are deer all around here, especially in this particular neighborhood. I tend to see deer all the time. So, oh, where's my car? I have no idea. Okay, that was the house that was for sale right there. The big house that was for sale. Can I get it in the shot? Let's see if I can get it in the shot. There it is. There it is. Whew, we're calling on that today to find out how much, at least find out how much it is. Or I'll just get on Zillow or something like that to try to find out how much that house is today. Don't know where those deer went. God, the house is beautiful. Look at it. Ooh, nice. And I get to walk down here, and I think my car is down here because, or is it that way? Or is it that way? I think it's this way. I think we're gonna go this way. My car is somewhere around here though. If not, hopefully the next person that drives past, I can ask them where the tennis court is and they'll direct me to it and I'll find my car and we'll be out of here. But change, people, change. You gotta change. You gotta change. You gotta continue to move forward. You gotta continue to elevate yourself. Once you get to a certain level with a certain goal that you achieve, a certain accomplishment, you gotta go higher than that. You gotta go, there's the tennis court, so my car's over there. All right, so you gotta go higher than that. You gotta continually, it should be non-stop. Like, the name of this company is Chess Homes Realty, Chess Homes Unlimited. It's not that for nothing, folks. And chess is something that is non-stop. You can never ever learn enough to be to where you can beat everybody all the time consistently. You'll never get there. So it's always going to be an ongoing learning experience. If you're a musician, you're never ever going to achieve a level that you can't learn anymore. And you have to be that way with everything. Everything you do in your life has to be that. It has to be where you're never ever quite satisfied and you have to get to that next level. And that's not being greedy, folks. That's how the world goes around. The reason that you work at the job you work at is because of somebody's idea, somebody's mentality to change what it is that they were doing in life. The reason that we have cars to drive around in and we're not riding on horses is because somebody had an idea to make a change in life, to do something different, to do something innovative. And that's what you got to do. You got to be innovative, continually re-innovating yourself, you know, continually motivating yourself. That's one of the things I loved about Prince, the music artist Prince, and, you know, rest his soul, now he's gone. But, you know, he always aspired to change and to be innovative, to be new, to have that new sound. And that's what you have to do in your life. You have to be continually motivated to do that. These young ladies are playing tennis over here. And luckily I don't have a 9-to-5 that I have to go punch a clock. If I wanted to go play tennis, I would, but I don't have a tennis racket. Maybe I need to get a tennis racket one day. All right, so this is Hudson On Bass signing out, folks. Thank you for walking with me this morning. We're gonna be going over to more multi-million-dollar neighborhoods and talking to, you know, different people, meeting people and things like that. But again, change. You have to commit. Look, that's a good shot to go out on right there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You don't need me in the shot. You have to be continually motivated to change and to be inspired. Change your mind so you can change your income, okay? Once again, change your mind so you can change your income. Hudson On Bass, signing out.
People go to concerts just to hear one crashing chord, and that's the end. So when you don't aim at